What brought Precision Microbes to the fore with us was we had a couple of herds that really struggled with multi-resistant E. coli in calf diarrhea. And then I talked to some vets over in Northern Ireland who says, look, you know, there's a whole lot of different things, I guess, in the market, but this one here actually might have a place and is doing a good job. We've started using it in the practice, and yes, you know, it's not a silver bullet, but I definitely do think there's credence with it, and it is making a difference on our units.
Okay, here we are in
Arkholme.
Arkholme, I couldn't pronounce it. I'm with Jim McKinstry and Sarah Pye. Tommy here. I'm travelling in the UK with Precision Microbes, and I had a wonderful morning. We're short on microphones. I'm not very small. It's just Jim is very tall here. We had a wonderful morning. We're here with Jim and Farmgate Vets team. I'll let you introduce yourself, and Sarah Pye. And we were discussing calf health. We had a little chat about microbes as well. But maybe you introduce yourselves. First of all, Jim, I'll hand you over my one and only microphone.
My name is Jim McKinstry. I'm a director at Farmgate Vets. We're a 13 vet, predominantly large animal practice, covering North Lancashire and South Cumbria. Very much farm animal based, and looking after a lot of dairy cows, but a lot of sheep and beef cattle as well. So a nice, varied caseload.
Very progressive practice as well. I got that feeling from you earlier on. Sarah, talk about the farm here. I'll show some pictures in the background as well.
Yep.
You're milking pedigree Jersey cows.
Yeah, so milking pedigree jerseys, milking about 300 and another 250 to 300 followers. Yeah, calves all year round and cows all year round.
You great production. Talk about your production.
So yeah, we're averaging about 7,000 at 5.6 fat and 4.1 protein.
Brilliant. Okay, Jim, we were talking calf health today. We had a good chat, and after an hour and a half of me delighting myself talking about calf health, you made a comment. It's common sense, yes. And I think I'm joking now about that, but it is simple stuff we discussed this morning, isn't it? Can you give me some of your kind of key things around calf health?
I think the biggest thing is attention to detail, and it's very easy for me coming onto a farm and giving advice because I'm not there at 4 o'clock in the morning for that cow that's calved to give it the colostrum and stuff. But I think, you know, the simple things are the most important. Correct amount of colostrum, correct time, looking after the cleanliness, keeping things clean. Easy for me to say, but it's hard to do. There's no getting away from it. So there's no easy fix. It's a lot of little things that need to be well done, and that's how you'll get good calf rearing.
And I think what was very interesting coming on the farm this morning and meeting a lot of the customers is that farmer vet relationship is very strong here, Sarah. To give him, won't give him a big head now, but very, very strong relationship. There's good to and froing. There's good advice. You're constantly kind of looking at the system and how you can make it better.
Yeah. Try and be proactive as opposed to calling them up when things have gone tits up, and try and prevent it before it happens.
And what are your key lessons from a Jersey calf perspective, from a health perspective, the key things to make a difference? Is there anything different you have to do with your jerseys? We talked about milk feeding and fats and all that, but is there anything else you've picked up along the way since?
Yeah, they definitely require a high energy diet. Right through life, even to the cows, they require higher energy than what your standard Holstein would. But yeah, just they need quite a lot of TLC.
Good. Okay. We're here talking about calf health. We're also talking about microbes, and I really appreciate the opportunity to come over and chat. And when I rang Jim Jim rang me actually about microbes. There was lots of talk about magic potions and solutions and everything, Jim. Cauldrons, etc. But Jim, in fairness to you, look, you've really embraced it here. We'll talk to Sarah about the farm, but it's a tool, but you've been happy with what you've seen, and I suppose we had a chat about the importance of this growing area microbiome. It makes a bit of sense as well.
It does indeed, and you know, I am, if anybody knows me, I'm a cynic, but I'm also a scientist as well, and I will have an open mind, but I'm like, really? It's kind of a muck and magic. What brought Precision Microbes to the fore with us was we had a couple of herds that really struggled with multi-resistant E. coli in calf diarrhea or calf scour, and we've looked at everything. We looked at cleanliness, we looked at colostrum, all these type of things, and I'll be honest with you, just looking on social media and stuff, saw some farms in Northern Ireland using it, and then I talked to some vets over in Northern Ireland who says, look, you know, there's a whole lot of different things, I guess, in the market, but this one here actually might have a place and is doing a good job. We've started using it in the practice, and yes, you know, it's not a silver bullet, but I definitely do think there's credence with it, and it is making a difference on our units.
Very good. Really appreciate your support and feedback, Jim. Sarah, just on the farm here, I suppose, from your perspective, you've been using it now since January.
Yep.
And what have you seen here on the farm?
Yeah, we've seen as I say, great results. Yeah, it's working as we hoped it would, and yeah, calf health definitely seems better for using it. And yeah, I'd look to continue to use it.
Good. Well, you've seen antibiotic reduction and the kind of things we kind of like to see as a tool, so that's super. I really appreciate both. Any closing remarks? What were your takeaways from this morning? I'll go to you first, Sarah, from this morning's meeting. I'm dropping these questions without any. You can officially say there's no script.
There's no bribery.
Yeah. And you went up to scan a heifer, and you literally came down. I pulled out the camera.
Yeah.
What were your kind of key takeaways from this morning? Anything you would take away? Or are you doing a lot of stuff we're saying anyway?
Yeah, well, as you say, it's just getting the basics right, and yeah, a lot of it is common sense, but when farmers get busy and things get under pressure, they can slip. But yeah, just do the basics right, and hopefully your calves will thrive.
We'll see the benefits. You made a great statement as well, which resonated with me. Look after your cows, and they look after you.
Yeah.
Jim, any last thoughts for you? Any messages with your vast experience?
The
day you learn is
the day you stop learning, the day you have to go.
Any thoughts from this morning's meeting?
I think calf rearing, is just saying to you, I think calf rearing's got more difficult in the last 5 to 10 years. I think that's because there's more cows on farms, there's less people, but there's a lot of conflicting advice out there, and there's a lot of differing products being put on farm. I think very much, if someone's coming to sell you something, ask them what it is, what's in it, and don't be afraid to challenge them, And as a vet, I do like to look into what people are putting down the throats of calves and feeding them, and there's a great variety out there. And if you can trust your veterinary surgeon who has got a good idea and a good knowledge of farming and of veterinary, that's the person you want to be working on your farm.
Excellent. And look, you've good teamwork. You're doing a good job on the farm. And I have to say, from meeting Linda and the other members of the Farmgate Vet teams, I know we're going and chatting later on again, you're doing a good job. Attitude determines outcome, and I think you've both a wonderful attitude. It's been a pleasure to meet you. So continue the good work to both of you.
Thanks,
Thank you.